Okay, so phrasal verbs are very common in informal English. And there are different types of phrasal verbs. So there are transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. There are transitive separable verbs, transitive inseparable verbs, transitive that must be separated, and there are transitive inseparable three-word verb. Okay? So that's right there. Now we're going to talk about each one in detail so you can understand what I'm trying to explain. I know it looks confusing, but once you start seeing, the examples, you will understand each one. So let's begin. Alright, first let's talk about transitive verbs. So transitive verbs are not just phrasal verbs, it could be any verb in general, right? So for example, let's try to use a regular verb, not necessarily a phrasal verb. So if I say, I play the piano. So transitive verb needs an object. In this case, when I say I play the piano, I is the subject, piano is the object, okay? And play is the verb, it's transitive. You are using an object in that sentence. So that's what transitive means. So the same thing with phrasal verbs. So if I say, I'm writing down these notes. So I, which is me, who's doing something, is a subject, and the notes, when I say this note, is the object, right? So writing down will be the phrasal verb because I'm using the verb to write plus the particle, which is down. Okay? So that's right there. That's a transitive verb. When you use an object within the sentence. So either for a regular verb or a phrasal verb. Okay, intransitive verbs are the opposite to transitive verbs. So you do not need an object when you use an intransitive verb. For example, with a regular verb, this is not a phrasal verb. I can say, I arrived home. There is no object in that sentence. You just arrive home, okay? Or with a phrasal verb, you can say, I grew up in the city. You just grew up in the city. There is no object in that sentence. That's an intransitive phrasal verb.